Should you be investing in a single let property or should you be investing in a HMO, house of multiple occupancy? If you're not sure, watch this video to understand more. Hey everyone, my name is Simon Misiewicz from Optimise Accountants and thank you for joining me on this video. Well, it's not just me on this video. I'm going to be allowing Tony Law, who is a property investor just like your good self, and he's going to explain a couple of things of why you should be investing in HMOs. But the question lies, should you be investing in HMOs straight away or should you wait for a second? And I'm going to let Tony here explain more about whether you should be investing in single lets first. So let's just take a look at what Tony has to say.
So, if this is your first investment property, to be really honest with you, my suggestion is, and I know some people are going to disagree with me on this, but my suggestion is make that first property a vanilla type buy-to-let first of all. Now, I know a lot of people are going to argue with that, but that's just my personal view. Make that first one a vanilla buy-to-let rather than an HMO, in my opinion. But really importantly, focus on putting your money into that property and getting that money back out again as quickly as you possibly can, say within 6 to 12 months, so that you have that property in your portfolio, but without any of your own money in that.
All right, so this is Tony's view of starting with single let properties and then moving on to HMOs. And I have to say, and I have to agree with him, that investing in single let properties to get started is a very good way because it gives you that experience of dealing with tenants, all the tenants issues that you have on single lets, which are a lot less maintenance, a lot less stressful, I have to say, than the daddy of HMOs. Even though you can make more money on HMOs, don't forget the stress levels and being able to maintain that. And experience, I think, helps you with being able to manage stress. So start with single let properties, as Tony has said, and then move on to HMOs. Don't forget, though, when you are doing HMOs, you can make a heck of a lot of money. One thing I would say to you is maybe if you are wanting to do HMOs quicker, maybe find a joint venture partner in the same locality that is already doing it and got great experience, because they might be able to help you with fill those gaps in terms of where your knowledge may not be as strong. It's just a thought. Now, in this section, we're talking about costs of single lets versus HMOs. And again, what I'm going to do, just allow Tony a few moments here just to explain to you the difference of cost between a single let property and a HMO. So let's watch Tony and what he has to say.
Now, if you are buying HMOs, are obviously going to be, generally speaking, a more expensive property than a single let, which is probably going to mean you're going to need to put more money in than buying a single let. That again may be a consideration for you. HMOs tend to be more hands-on, whereas single lets tend to be more hands-off. So you are generally going to be going over to this property more, especially if you are actually managing it. Which leads me on to, do you like dealing with tenants? If not, then you're going to have to factor in some kind of management of the property. Now, single lets, I've got quite a few single lets, to be honest. I don't really do anything with those. The tenants stay there, they're very happy. They're nice properties, to be fair, but I don't really do anything. They're very happy. They just pay the money each and every month, and I get a small cash flow over and above the mortgage amount. But other than that, I just leave them alone, very hands off. Whereas with HMOs, you tend to be far more hands on.
So one thing I would say to you is that the cost of single let properties, and my experiences in Nottingham when I was investing in single let properties, it would cost me for a 2-3 bedroom house about maybe £10,000 to £14,000 worth of refurb costs. And when I was doing a HMO, because all the rooms had to have furniture inside of it, and I had bigger development costs in terms of rooms and putting locked doors and fire doors and fireproofing. Wow, it's a lot of work, I have to say. A lot more time to get a HMO up and running than it was a single let property, as Tony was alluding to. Now, the thing I would say to you is, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you have joined LNPG, which stands for Landlords National Property Group. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm happy to give you the discount of OP10, which gives you 10% discount to the membership, and it basically allows you to reduce your refurbishment costs. And again, without me kind of going into too much detail here, I'm going to let you watch a short video of Nick Watchorn, the owner of LNPG, describe what it is and how it can help you save money on your refurbishment costs. So here he is.
Nick Watchorn, who is the founder of the Landlords National Property. I'm here with Nick Watchorn, who is the founder of the Landlords National Property Group, better known as the LNPG, to gain some insight into an organisation which has seen phenomenal membership growth over the last 3 years. What exactly is the Landlord National Property Group?
LNPG have tapped into the contract division of manufacturers to get contract support, so our members can buy products cheaper than what they'll be able to is if they were on their own.
What is the difference then between trade prices and contract prices?
A council that's in a particular area, let's just say Yorkshire, and they've got 10,000 homes in their stock, they will probably say, well, over the next 5 years we're going to change every boiler. So they have a fixed price for 12 months and they will buy them products, and then over the 5-year period there'll be a slight increase with manufacturing costs, etc., etc. And that's what we've been able to do, is to tap into that market, the contract division, so we can get a fixed price every 12 months, so we know what we're paying for our products.
What was it that drove you to start and set up LNPG?
I fell into it. It wasn't a plan of mine. Yes, I didn't sit home with a business plan and thought, well, I'm going to set up a contract division for the whole of the landlord market. I'm a landlord and I'm in a particular area, and I was invited to a meeting with the council because they needed to get closer to the landlord market. And I went along to this meeting, and one of the ideas was, well, give us your buying power, give us your contract division procurement scheme, so then that would get the landlords on side and they would then be renting their homes to yourselves. They couldn't do that, and one of the suggestions was go and do it yourself.
So what sorts of products and services are available to members through the LNPG?
Well, we've got all boilers now. We've got the boiler market, we've got radiators, heating and plumbing, yes. So we've tapped into that market. We've got kitchens, we've got paint, curries are on board now. We've got Denman's electrical suppliers, yes. So we've got quite a few contracts. I haven't got the whole market covered yet.
All right, so you can help yourself reduce the cost of that HMO, which basically means you'll be making more return on investment, which is great. Now, don't forget, here is a video of which we've recorded before, which shows you how to reduce the VAT of that refurbishment from 20%, which is normal standard rate of VAT, to 5%, which is a lot of saving for you to be making on your refurbishment. So don't forget to watch that video about how you can save yourself a heck lot of money on your HMO. Go and watch that after this video. So section 24 is all about mortgage interest relief. So you may be thinking, well, I may be only a basic rate taxpayer now, but could I be a high rate taxpayer in the future because of this mortgage interest relief cap? Well, you'll be pleased to know we've got a video on that, of whether you should be using a limited company structure or not. So go watch that video and that'll explain a lot more than I have done right now. Next bit I would be saying to you is, don't forget that you have got all of this mortgage interest, section 24, and there's going to be an issue here, which means that you will be paying more mortgage interest costs. And the reason for that is because the type of mortgage you need on a HMO will be more complex, it could be more risky for that lender. And what does that mean? Well, that sure enough means more interest to you. And if that's the case, you could be paying more interest to the lender, but you may not be able to offset all of that mortgage interest cost against your income. So a HMO from a section 24 perspective may not be good for you as a single let property because the mortgage interest costs are a lot lower. All right, guys, so has this video been useful for you? Just to give you a bit of an understanding about HMOs versus single let properties. Please type in any questions that you may have in the comments box below, and I'll be sure to answer those questions within 36 hours. And if you need more information about this subject around single let properties versus HMO, then I'll make sure I will get you that information to you as soon as I can. Don't forget, guys, that you should be subscribing to this channel, plus pressing the bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Last but not least, I am always going to be live on Mondays at 7 p.m. where I'll do a YouTube live to help you with your property investing questions and indeed your property tax questions. So please make sure that you come along to those sessions and I'll see you there. My name is Simon Misiewicz from Optimise Accountants. See you then.